I'm going through and showcasing my top 5 meta SMGs that you should be running right now in Warzone. Hopping directly into it, I actually have 2 honorable mentions, starting off with the Lockman Shroud. If you guys don't know, this has a conversion kit that takes it from a burst and makes it to where it's fully automatic, and it's disgusting. Now, one thing about these older weapons from MW2 and MW3 is they kind of lack mobility, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss in the 114mm Dark Star barrel, giving you guys that ADS speed and that movement speed, making it to where you're gliding around the map. And speaking of gliding around the map, we're also gonna toss on the stockless mod attachment, giving you guys that ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, and that movement speed, making you guys faster in every possible way. And just mixing in absolutely perfect with the rest of the build, we're also gonna toss on the Jack Slash for our underbarrel, which I will say, if you guys don't have this unlocked, make sure you guys go to the armory, activate it, and get it unlocked by getting some XP. But this is giving you guys that movement speed, sprint speed, and that vertical recoil control. So not only is it making you guys even faster, but it's also making it so the Lockman Shroud isn't bouncing all over the place. And of course, for the last and final attachment, I like to toss on the 40-round mag, increase that mag capacity, but also holding on to a little bit more mobility compared to the 50-round drum mag. But if you guys feel better with the 50-round drum mag, you can definitely toss it on. This thing is super underrated, and it has one of the fastest TTKs in the entire game. So make sure you guys go through, give the entire a try, and tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. Let me get you guys my second honorable mention. For our second honorable mention, we actually have the MCW assault rifle, which I know is an assault rifle, but same thing as the Lockman Shroud, it has a very important attachment with the conversion kit, taking it from an assault rifle and turning it into one of the fastest killing SMGs in the entire game. Now with this attachment, it does get a little bit bouncy, so we're gonna slide back to the muzzle and toss on the Zim 35 compensated flash hider, giving you guys that vertical and horizontal recoil control, making sure the MCW isn't bouncing all over the place. And again, just like the Lockman Shroud, we are gonna toss on the Jack Slash for our underbarrel, probably overall the best attachment from these older weapons, and it's just perfect for the build, giving you guys the exact same pros of the movement speed, sprint speed, and that vertical recoil control. Now, if you guys don't know, all these older weapons actually have the high grain ammunition, and in a recent update, they made it to where it has 0 cons. So now it's just straight up giving you guys that bolt velocity and that damage range, making sure the MCW is hitting harder, and you're getting closer to hit scan. And of course, for the last and final attachment, we are going to toss on the 40-round mag, increase that mag capacity, because even with this, you're still reloading after every single kill, so it's absolutely essential for the build. But that's my full build for the MCW assault rifle. And like I was saying, I know it's an assault rifle, but with the conversion kit, it is absolutely disgusting. So make sure you guys go through and test out this whole build as well. But let me get you guys the actual top 5 list. For the actual list, starting off at number 5, we have the PP919. So for the first attachment, we're going to go and toss in the compensator for our muzzle, giving you guys that horizontal and that vertical recoil control, making sure this build is an absolute beam. And sliding over to the barrel, we're going to go and toss in the reinforced barrel, giving you guys that damage range and that bolt velocity, making sure the PP919 is hitting harder and you're getting closer to hit scan. And speaking of getting closer to hit scan, we're also going to slide over to the fire mods and toss on the overpressured ammunition, giving you guys even more of a boost for that bolt velocity, getting you even closer to hit scan. And like I say with all my SMG builds, I want to be as fast as humanly possible, so I'm going to go and toss on the balanced stock, giving you guys that aim walking movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and that strafing movement speed, making you guys faster in every possible way. And honestly, my favorite thing about this SMG is the fact that the default mag size is 64, so instead of tossing on a magazine attachment, you can actually use that on something else. So for us, we're going to go and toss in the ergonomic grip for our rear grip, giving you guys that slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, and the ADS speed, just making you guys a little bit faster. That's my full build for the PP919. Still one of my favorite SMGs in the current meta, and it's super fun to use. So make sure you guys go through, give the attempt a try, and tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. Let's hop directly into loaded number 4. Loaded number 4, we have the C9, aka the MP5. You guys are going to see with this list and pretty much all of BO6 Warzone that a lot of the builds are built the exact same way. So for the first attachment, of course, we are going to toss on the compensator for our muzzle, giving you guys a massive boost for that vertical recoil control, making sure the C9 isn't moving whatsoever. Then same thing as the PP919, we're also going to toss on the reinforced barrel, giving you guys that damage range and that bolt velocity, of course, making sure the MP5 is hitting harder and you're getting closer to hit scan. Then for the next attachment, mixing in absolutely perfect with the compensator, we're going to go and toss in the vertical foregrip for our underbarrel, because the compensator is giving us that vertical recoil control and the vertical foregrip is giving us the horizontal, so the two attachments together is making sure the C9 is extremely controllable. And of course, it is an SMG, so we want to be as fast as humanly possible, so I'm going to go and toss in the no stock attachment, giving you guys that hip fire movement speed, and that strafing movement speed. And for the last and final attachment, I like to toss on the extended mag 1, increase that mag capacity up to 40, but I do know with the 40 mag, you are reloading after every single kill, so if you guys prefer the extended mag 2, you can definitely toss it on. That's my full build for the C9, aka the MP5. So if for some reason you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go through and test out this whole build as well. That's my loaded number 4. Let me get you guys loaded number 3. In that number 3 spot, we have the Compact 92. This is one of those builds that I get a million comments about, and it's also one of the best SMGs in the entire game right now. So for the first attachment on this build, we're going to skip past the muzzle and go straight to the reinforced barrel, giving you guys that bolt velocity and that damage range, making it to where the compact is hitting harder and you're getting closer to hit scan. Then for the next attachment, attachment, usually I would toss on the vertical foregrip, but you guys actually told me this in my comments. If you guys check the detailed stats, you get the same percentage of horizontal recoil control with the vertical foregrip as you do with the Ranger foregrip, but the Ranger foregrip also gives you that movement speed. So make sure you guys toss on the Ranger foregrip, but for the next attachment, we're not going to save it for last. We're going to go straight to the magazine, and we're going to toss on the Extended Mag 3. You guys know the compact has a ridiculously fast fire rate, so with that, you are burning through your ammo. So this is essential for the build. Now for these next two attachments, I kind of just want to speed up the build because in my opinion, the compact kind of lacks mobility. So for the first attachment of the two, we are going to toss in the ergonomic grip for a rear grip, giving you guys that slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, and the ADS speed. And for the second attachment of the two attachments, we're going to go and toss in the no stock attachment, giving you guys that hip fire movement speed, and that strafing movement speed, making you way faster on the map. But that's my full build for the Compact 92 and one of the fastest killing weapons in the entire game. So if you guys haven't already, go through and test out this whole build as well, because I promise you will absolutely love it. Next up at number 2, we have the KSV. In my opinion, one of the most slept on and underrated SMGs in the entire game. So for the first attachment, we are going to toss on the compensator for our muzzle, giving you guys that massive boost for that vertical recoil control, making it to where the build is an absolute beam. Then just like a lot of the builds on the list, we are going to toss on the reinforced barrel, giving you guys the exact same pros of the damage range of the bolt velocity. Now, like I was saying with the compact, the Ranger foregrip gives you the exact same recoil as the vertical foregrip, but it's not the same on the KSV. But even without it, we are still going to toss on the Ranger foregrip, giving you guys the horizontal recoil control and the sprinting movement speed, making it to where you're even more accurate, but also making it to where you're a little bit faster on the map. And speaking of being faster on the map, we're also going to toss on the balanced stock, giving you guys that strafing movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and that aim walking movement speed, making you guys faster in every possible way. And of course, for the last and final attachment, we're going to toss on the Extended Mag 2, increase that mag capacity up to 50, making it to where you don't have to reload after every single kill. That's my full KSV build, and like I was saying, in my opinion, this thing is extremely underrated. So make sure you guys go through, give the entire bit a try, and tell me the highest kill game you guys get with it. That's my loaded number 2. So let me get you guys the best loadout on the list. Loaded number 1. Now, before we hop directly into the build, I do want to showcase everything else that I run. In pretty much every single gameplay, I have a stim shot with a throwing knife. For my perk package, I've been running the Reflexes perk, Sprinter, and Resolute. I will say these perks are 100% personal preference. This is what I feel the absolute best with. So make sure you guys go through and test out this stuff as well. Let me get you guys the build for loaded number 1. For the first attachment on the PPSH, of course, you guys could probably guess it. We are going to toss in the compensator for our muzzle. The PPSH does have a very fast fire rate. So with that, it has a decent amount of recoil. This is giving you guys that massive boost for the vertical recoil control, making it to where the PPSH isn't bouncing all over the place. Then mixing in absolutely perfect with the compensator, we're also going to toss on the vertical foregrip, giving you guys that horizontal recoil control, making it to where the PPSH isn't moving whatsoever. And again, this is another SMG that I really like to toss on the reinforced barrel, giving you guys the exact same pros of the damage range of the bolt velocity. Then I actually switched something up for my old PPSH builds because you guys know I used to really like to run the balanced stock, but not too long ago I actually switched it down to the light stock, giving you guys that hip fire movement speed, and that strafing movement speed, making it to where you're gliding around the map. And for the last and final attachment, we are going to toss on the Extended Mag 2 because like I was saying, the PPSH has a very fast fire rate, so this is absolutely essential for the build. That's my full build for the PPSH 41, and in my opinion, the best SMG in the entire game. So make sure you guys go through and test out this whole build as well, because I promise you will not lose a close range gunfight.